hands, and put my finger where the nails were, and put my hand into his side, I will not believe. I got to believe it myself. I got to see it myself in order to believe it myself. A week later, the disciples were in the house again. And Thomas was with them. How many know that Jesus sometimes shows up in a different way when we gather together? How many know that if we get into this isolation thing, it's harder to live for Jesus? This is what's being said right here too. Gather together with the other believers in his name. And Jesus comes in a different way. A week later, his disciples were in the house again. Thomas was at them. Though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." He just breaks through again. He can somehow go through walls or something. I don't know. His resurrected body, as I said, is a bumped up body. It's different. I don't know. It's different in a different way. I can't explain it. And in the Gospel of Luke, he says, "Give me something to eat." And he ate, and he drank, and he did this, and he did that. So, I mean, but all of a sudden, he was, remember on the road to Emmaus, he was with the guys, and all of a sudden he disappeared? I don't know. He's got a bumped up body, man. It's different. It's in a different, he's in a sort of different, it's a resurrected body. It wasn't just like Lazarus coming from the dead. Lazarus, he wasn't able to appear, disappear, go through walls, nothing like that.
The transporter.
Yeah, he was in a different realm. But he was here. And he was alive. And he was 100% human, but his 100%, he tapped into the 100% God in a different way. It seemed that the bumped up, the divinity kicked in higher or something. I don't know exactly what went on. So Jesus said the same thing. "Shalom, peace be with you." There's just doubt disguised. And we kind of get this thing that Thomas was doubting. I think all the rest of the disciples were doubting too. You don't drown by falling into the water, you drown by staying there. How about that, friends? All of us have fell in the water. All of us have fell off the wagon. All of us have reversed and went back in some old ways. The question is, are you going to make a home there? Or are you going to get out? There was Thomas. He was in his doubt. He was in his fear. He said, "Why don't you come?" "All right. I'm willing to get out of the water. I'll come with you. I'll come with you." It's good to be open. One of the hardest things to change is a closed mind and a closed heart. I don't know how to do that. Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here. See my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side." And Jesus was listening in on the conversation. I like what Thomas said. He was honest about his doubts. What if we start to get honest about our doubts and talk to one another about that? You know what? The doubts and the fears that we have, it's harder to have a grip if we speak them out. If we bring them out into the light. But you know what? If we hold on to them, what happens to them? I think we just start to cave in on ourselves. And they start to eat us up. And then he said this word to Jesus: "Stop doubting. Believe." He still has a choice. Stop doubting. And then Thomas said, "My Lord and my God." I can imagine Thomas. say, no, wait a minute, I'm not God. This is one of the passages that's proof that Jesus is God. Jesus said, no, I'm not God, my Lord and my God. And then Jesus told him, because you have seen me, you have believed. Read this with me. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. You're blessed if you can't see it all and don't know it all and don't have all the pieces together. Because some people want to say, prove the resurrection. Prove that Jesus did. Prove God to me. Prove this. Prove this. How do you do that? I said, prove what you believe is right. How about that? Whatever we believe, it takes faith to believe that. Whatever we believe. Blessed. What's blessed mean? The Amplified says, you have extreme happiness and delight if you believe and yet have not seen. These disciples could have been overjoyed all along the way. Don't we live our lives on this roller coaster? When I see God, I get excited. Yeah, God's here. I see Him. And then when I don't see things, well, I guess God left me. And then we ride this roller coaster. We ride the roller. We all do it. I'm just encouraging you. Encouraging you. Get into Jesus. And what He says, you can bank on. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. Who's He talking to right here? Us. That's who He's talking to. We can't see it all. I like this quote by Ortberg. I put all my hope in the third day God, because He rose on the third day, right? But I live in a second day world. Because what happened on the second day? He's in the tomb dead. How many times your vision of God, He seems to be in the tomb dead? Your vision of your life is where's God in my life? He's in the tomb dead. We live in a second day world. But if we believe in the third day God, it doesn't matter. We can go through the second days. I don't know about you, I have a lot more second days. Most of my days are second days. And the only way that I can get out of it is to place my faith in the third day God. That He loves me. That He rose for me. That He died. And He's coming back one day to get me. And He loves me. And He's got a plan for my life. Even though everything looks around, I can see everything around me, and it may not even look like it's there. No heart is as cold as a broken heart. No faith is as solid as a wounded faith. It's hard for me to trust new Christians. How many know this? I mean, I like their excitement, but they haven't been through any bumps in the road yet. Elders in a church need to have gone through a lot of bumps in the road. And not just bumps on the road, but bumps on the road and come out on the other side with a stronger faith in Jesus. those are the ones that you want to walk with, that you want to come to your side, that don't get all weirded out by your sin. How many know that some people get weirded out by your sin? That's going on in your life? Well, who do you think you are, man? Have you looked in the mirror lately? You know, you ain't no much different than anybody else. Well, put on the slacks the same way, don't we? We're all there. We all have the same deal. And then John continues at the end of the book here. This is the end of John chapter 20, the end of John. Jesus performed many other signs in the presence of the disciples which were not recorded in this book, but these, everything that was written in the book of John, was written that you may believe. And there's another asterisk, B. The word there is continue to believe. That you would continue to believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in His name. By believing we have life. You ever heard someone say, get a life? You know how to get a life? By believing in His name. We can have life. There was an evangelist some years ago. And Coke's slogan was, Coke adds life. Remember that? And so, this evangelist got a hold of Coke and said, so if I take this Coke and pour it into a dead person, it's going to give him life? He said, no, this don't add life. Jesus adds life. I can tell you how to give you life. We'll give you, Coke may give you a little sugar pick-me-up. That's about it. But then you fall. Coke doesn't add life. Jesus adds life. I believe there's something inside of a human being that says that there's more to life than sitting in the boat. Than sitting in our comfort zone. Than sitting in our fears and sitting in the doubt. There's more to life than sitting in the boat. What is your boat? The boat is whatever represents safety and security to you apart from God. We all have these boats that we all have these things we have a tendency to go in. This is where I find my security. This is where I find my safety. What is it that most produces fear in you, especially when you think of leaving your boat behind, stepping out, and fully trusting God? When I think of this, I think of Peter stepping out of the boat, Yes, it's risky to leave your boat, but I have come to believe it's even riskier to stay in the boat. It's just a bunch of fears, a bunch of darkness, a bunch of doubts. So, little exercise here, and I'd like you to talk about it with your neighbor. The decision to grow spiritually always involves a choice between risk and comfort. This means to be a follower of Jesus, you must blank comfort as the ultimate value of your life. Fill in the blank. What do you think of the blank is there? Let's just talk with one another for a couple minutes, and then we're at the end of our message.